What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another wrestling NXT AEW combined review thingamajigger, my bobber thing. Yeah, this is NXT and AEW from yesterday and the day before, Tuesday and Wednesday. Um, it is now Thursday. I just got home from work. I got a food video right here from Burger King. That's where I'm from. Your boy like that shirt. Pick the BK shirt, the BK merch out here. I'm about to get on that tomorrow. I'm gonna do a video for that tomorrow. So watch that. It's gonna be good stuff. Uh, but right now we're gonna talk about AEW. We're gonna talk about NXT. Some things that's going down. I'm not gonna go into that much for NXT. In my mind, I was like, oh man, not that much happened. I'm gonna just talk about a couple things, and then the more I thought about it, was the more like, oh wait, there's a lot of good stuff that happened in NXT, and I accidentally put NXT UK, not NXT. But a little bit of the cliff notes that happened from NXT. It started with Braun Breaker. He came out and he called out Tyler Bate. He first talks about JD. I forget his name. It's Jordan Devlin, but I think it's JD McDonough or something, McDonough, whatever, however it is. But Jordan Devlin, how he gave him one of the best one of the most craziest fights of his life, but still he champ. He calls out Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate comes out. It was like, "Hello, mate, Tyler Bate," and he wanted to combine both the titles, the NXT title and the NXT UK title. He pretty much said that I'm going to begin NXT UK at Worlds Collide, how I ended it, champion. Next, after that, Gallus versus Briggs and Jensen for the NXT UK Championships. They did a video package for Gallus about how dominant they are. They talk about how they're being the longest reigning NXT UK champions. The match was fine. Um, it was interrupted by Pretty Deadly. Well, first it was interrupted by um, Lash Legend. Her and the girl from there got into it from Jensen and Briggs. They got into it, and then Pretty Deadly came out and attacked Briggs and Jensen, and they called out the match, so they won by DQ. I think, yeah. So that was the whole thing. Uh, then Grayson Waller is about to speak. It's soon. That's what I put, but it was a whole bunch of stuff before that. Chase U got Charlie Dempsey, who's Regal Jr., little Regal Jr., to do some like exhibition stuff like that. He was like tap him out and doing some stuff like that. And he was telling them it was just an exhibition. And he told them they were all soft and they should all watch some Billy Robinson. Good stuff. Um, Next up was Grayson Waller Effect, his I guess his talk show. Uh, his partner or his person that he came to bring out was Apollo Crews. Apollo, and they pretty much just threw daggers at each other. Grayson Waller was talking about his accent, to ask him what happened to his accent. Uh, Apollo said, "Why is Grayson Waller a hand-me-down Miz?" Which I guess that gets everybody. Everybody likes the hand-me-down Miz joke, so that got the crowd going crazy. I think it said bootleg Miz or something like that. He was talking about how it feels that for his kids that he was on Raw and SmackDown, but now he had to come to NXT and my show because he couldn't kick it. And he was like, well, I tell my kids that I was a champion on Raw, I was a champion on SmackDown, and I came NXT to be champion again. And then they go at it, and then they're gonna have a match, I think, next week or whatever. Javier Brunel had some package to say how he was gonna beat Cameron Grimes. He didn't. The Joe Gacy and his goons was watching. Uh, Cameron Grimes wins. Uh, next after that, good stuff. Blair Davenport versus um, my girl. What's my baby's name? Indy Hartwell. They had a back and forth match. The match itself was fine. Blair Davenport wins. She hits her with a falcon knee, which was cool. And then I think it was kind of like a Michinoku driver type thing. She wins, and he goes out to the outside. And Blair Davenport pretty much is like, you know what? How is it that I'm number one contender in NXT UK, but I never got a shot? Well, now I'm claiming my shot here in NXT. So, man, Rose comes out. She was like, hey, you're great. You're cool. We love you out here in the streets. But people are about to start putting some respect on my name. Yeah, I got to put some respect on my name. So you want that match? You got it. Mako Satomura comes out, crazy pop. She's great. She's like, hey, Mandy, you're great. But the most dominant NXT Women's Champion, that's me. You want to be the best? Gotta go through me. I'm Mako Satomura. I'm the best. And I mean, it was like, hey, you're a legend. You're the GOAT and all that. But if, it'll be an honor to face you. And then beating you is going to have people going to put some respect on my name. Respect me. And then Blair Davenport was like, yo, I'm right here. Hi, the one that just number one contender, this person right here. And then Mako was like, all right, triple threat match. Let's go. And then people went crazy. And they come back. Indy Hartwell is just, she got a microphone. She's on the other side of the ring. She's like, oh, Blair Davenport, she's fine. It's not her. Maybe it's just me. I try to be on a, I try to be on my best by myself for a couple months. Everybody left me. Everybody's gone, and I ain't got nobody. And I might not just be cut out for this. And then you just hear the crowd go, oh! And then Dexter Loomis, yeah, my boy Dexy came up from behind it. Dexy, Lexi, Index, they got back together. They did the good stuff. They hugged, they kissed, and they came back. He gave her a letter, and then he got arrested by the cops because he kind of kidnapped uh, the Miz. So it was great. They put a little bow to that. That was fantastic. But maybe Indy Hartwell goes to Monday Night Raw and she's on her search for Dexter Loomis now. Who knows? It'd be great. After that, we got a Legado de Fantasma. The Dyad. Don of NXT was talking about, hey, your man's not here no more. You listen to me. Yeah, I own you guys. So they do the match. They're doing some high flying stuff, and they're like, hey, what are you doing this high flying? Hey, stop that high flying. You stop it now. Thank you. Yeah, that Lucha Libre stupid stuff, just stop it. They lost. It was depressing. But we love them. So Dyad won. Cameron Grimes was watching. Um, and then they're super sad. They're in the back. They're super sad. And then the big black car comes, and it's, hey, my boy Legado Santos is back. He was like, hey, you ain't think I was gonna forget about my family? And they all got in the car, so they're all going to the main roster together. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So that's good stuff. What else happened? Tyler Bate beat Von Wagner with his corkscrew senton. He was doing big story boy things. And then the main event, Winnie Chu versus Tiffany Stratton, a lights out match. It was good. I liked it. I'm gonna read what I saw. Stratton had, what I write? She had. Oh, I said she grown on me. I used to not really like her. Wendy Chu is great. She's gonna be great on the main roster. Um, Wendy Chu had a pillow full of Legos. She got backdrop. Well, she tried to get backdrop on them, but they missed her. So Tiffany Stratton side slammed her on the Legos. They did a thing where Winnie Chu had a garbage can on her, and she was hitting her with the tennis racket with the garbage can. Um, yeah. Let's see. Stratton pulled all the stops. Got some. She had she sprayed Winnie Chu's eyes with something, and then she hit a moonsault on her for two. She missed the moon. Oh no, it was a nasty power bomb. That's what it was. Stratton tried to put powder in Truth's face, but she kicked it and it landed in her face, and then she like power bombed her into the bed that she brought down during the one commercial break. She hit, I think, Good Night. It was the Vader bomb, but I think she called it like the Good Night or Sleepy Time or something like that for her to win and end that rivalry. So that was all good stuff. We like those. And then uh, Talabate and Braun Breaker signed the contract for Worlds Collide, and so did Blair, Davenport, Mandy Rose, Mako Satomura. And the show. That was good stuff. You know what else was good stuff? Mox murdering CM Punk. I loved it. It was my favorite thing I've ever. Oh, it was the best thing I've ever seen. It was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Everybody thought this was going to be the main event. In my mind, I was like, "Oh, the main event is going to show what Tony Khan thinks of the situation." It wasn't even the main event, which was hilarious. Uh, it was great. It was good stuff. Anyways, we're going to open the show with Jericho. He talks about Daniel Garcia being one of his favorite guys. He told him to come out. He was like, "Hey, I know you was under pressure. I know tension's high. You just had a great match, and you pushed me. I know you didn't mean to do it. So go ahead and air your grievances." And Daniel Garcia pretty much he aired his grievances like, "Hey, I respect you. You're the GOAT. You're my mentor, but I dreamed when I was in Buffalo to have a good match like that. Like I was sitting down with my mom, sitting down on the couch, watching matches for me to have one like that. And Daniel Bryan's my hero, and for me to have a match like that to somebody I looked up to, it meant the world to me. You knew that respectfully, but after the match, I wanted to shake his hand, and you took that away from me. And I just, it was like, yeah, I understand, tension's high, you understand. It's like you had one of the greatest sports entertainment matches of all time. You're one of the greatest sports entertainers of all time. Or he called him one of the best technical sports entertainers of all time or something like that. And everybody kept saying that he was a wrestler. And Jericho kept saying, I want you to say that you're a sports entertainer. Say that you are a sports entertainer. And then Daniel Bryan comes out. He was like, hey, I'm not trying to hear to make club be like a wrestler or a sports entertainer. You can be whatever you want. But last week we had ourselves a wrestling match. People are going to say that you're a wrestler, not a sports entertainer. You're a wrestler. But hey, you do whatever you want. But it's cool. Um, the Jericho and Brian start yelling. They start doing crazy stuff, and he starts yelling at Garcia. Garcia pushed him, and then everybody was like, just like that. And then he leaves to the babyface entrance too. By the way. And then Danny Bryan was like, "Hey," or Brian Danielson, sorry, he's like, "Hey, I like me some wrestling, but that was definitely sports entertaining." And then Joe goes, "Oh, that's funny. Oh, you think you're funny? Oh yeah, you think call yourself your best technical wrestler, the best wrestler in the world? I'm the best. I trained with Stu Hart, sort of. I last Heart Dungeon guy, me, Lionheart, Mexico. Remember that guy? I'm me. I'm him. I know so many holds from him. Think I forgot him just because I don't do it anymore. I'm a better wrestler than you. And then Daniel Bryan was Brian Danielson was pretty much was like, oh, it was Stu Hart. Your mentor Stu Hart would have said, who's a better wrestler? Is it Lionheart, Chris Jericho, or is it the American Dragon and Daniel Bryan, Brian Danielson, sorry. Who would they say? If your hero, Owen Hart, said, right now, the best wrestler in 2022 is Lionheart, Chris Jericho, or the American Dragon, Brian Danielson, who would they say? If God himself, I don't know, I don't remember the last person he said. He's like, you want the wrestler, you want a wrestling match? I got you. Let's do it right now. And then Jericho said, I'll see you at All Out. So that's gonna happen at All Out. Next up, Jay Lethal versus Dax. I got that Dax chops really hard. I want none of that, none of the foolishness with the chops. I'm not about that life. I don't want none of that. There's a good match. They had some stuff during the like commercial stuff, but I was writing stuff down, so I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, they worked really well together. It wasn't long. They had one little small commercial break. Sanjay Dutt tries to come around with you. He wasn't doing anything. Um, he tried to go for some lethal injection, but he reversed it with some German suplexes, and he got like a roll up victory with the tights for the win. And then Sanjay was like, "Ah, we're the best. We beat you. Ah, you suck." And he pretty much was like, "Hey, I told you at All Out was going to be 6-on-6, but I never told you who it was going to be with." And it ended up being Motor City Machine Guns. That was dope. So from Impact Wrestling, Motor City Machine Gun is going to team with Jay Lethal versus the Pinnacle, I guess. But you just give me Motor City Machine Guns versus FTR, and I'm here for all of it. So give me that. Yeah, that's going to be dope. Thunder Rosa has announced that she vacated her title, but there's going to be an interim champion. Really interesting about this. So the competitors is Britt Baker, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, who should win, but she's probably not, and Hikaru Shida. Um, yeah, it's unfortunate for Britt, or not for Britt, for Thunder Rosa. Um, yeah, that's really weird. There's some reports that her and Hayter has kind of got a little bit of heat from when Rosa broke her nose. But they were saying that everybody else around her and like other promotions that surround her or with her said that she helps. And she's there for the younger talent, to just get them on TV and stuff like that. But no say, no say. And of course, she said she always hated, um, what's her face, um, Britt Baker. They always hated each other. But I don't know. It's really weird because even so, I'm guessing the injury is legit because she was only facing Toni Storm at the pay per view, and the reports also saying that Toni Storm was going to win. So it really shouldn't have mattered. Now, if Thunder Rosa was going to vacate it or interim vacated or whatever like that. So I wonder what they got planned after that for her. They're probably going to have Toni win, beat a couple people, and then when Thunder Rosa comes back, uh, Toni probably is going to beat her too and then whoever after Thunder Rosa probably be the next person to beat Toni Storm. So, but anyways, yeah. So that's good stuff. Colton Gunn versus Billy. Yeah, it was a match. It happened. It was there. Uh, Father versus son. It was a thing. They claimed are great. They're really over. Their raps are cool. They did one about the team meeting that they did earlier, so that was hilarious. Um, he did a thing saying that the Billy Gunn should have not have had either twins. He should have pulled out, which was hilarious. Uh, Stokely Hathaway was there. He helped them out, and I think somebody else was out there to distract them to have Colton low blow his Papa Bear and hit him with the stun gun, I think it's called, for the win. So good for them. They won. And then I think they went to beat him up, and then Swerve in Your Glory comes out to help him, and they did a backstage thing where they challenged, well, the champions challenged the challengers for for a match, which their claim should win because they're great, but they're probably not. That which is fine. Either one for me is fine, but I had the great. Britt Baker versus Kaylin King. I think she had a match with Toni Storm last week. King got a nice pop. She's from Painesville, Ohio, and they were in Cleveland. They booed Britt because they were in, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. Cleveland hates Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. She's great. More King. She's awesome. Um, Britt got her with the lockjaw. Hit her with that. So that was good stuff. And then she talks trash. She says that, hey, when I was wrestling, I wrestled with a broken freaking arm or broken freaking wrist. I still wrestle. You wrestle, you're a champion, you wrestle. So that's tough. She said that's what a champ does. And then she talks about her being relevant because of her. She's going to win and all that good stuff. Yep. I think they were beating up on somebody. Um, oh, she called out. I didn't even write this down. I forgot about it. Um, she called out Tony Storm about her and Thunder Rosa being friends and stuff like that. And she came out, and then they jumped her, and then Hikaru Shida came out with a kendo. Oh, so I had made a joke when I did this. I said, she said, I was a wrestling as champ with a broken freaking wrist. That's what a champ does. I said, uh, I guess CM Punk isn't a champ then. Oofy. And then I put, speaking of CM Punk, he had a match against Mox for both titles. It was a squash. LOL. Mox pops Punk. Oh, he hits Punk to the corner. Oh, I wrote the whole thing. Hits Punk to the corner. Punk retaliates. Mox hits a headbutt with some elbows. Punk gets a kick off but injures his other foot. Two Death Riders with the thing. Mox is officially two-time champion. It was great. And it was. It was so great. It was fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. More Mox squashing people like CM Punk. So now the question becomes, is Punk really injured? Is that a thing that happened with last week with him and Hangman Adam Page? So a lot of things going on. Nobody knows for sure, which makes it good. Mox also did like a backstage promo. He pretty much talked about how he is. Now he's the top. He's in the pinnacle. He he did some John Cena quote. I think he said, "Oh, he said his time is now. The time is up. His time is now. Can't see him because his time is now." So that was all great stuff. Uh, Ricky Starks also cut an awesome promo. Talked to Hobbs about them being best friends and how Hobbs before doing that he was like wrestling somewhere else and he had his back all the time. He said he was like his brother, like within his hospital with his neck. Like he called him, he talked to him every single day. And out of all the things for the attack, he attacked his neck. He's like, it's crazy. Uh, but he said at all out, he's gonna whoop that ass. He probably is gonna win. Man, Hobbs as TNT champion though, it's kind of spicy. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, Christian Cage accepted Jungle Boy's All Out match, and I also put Luchasaurus is going to cost Jungle Boy. Um, oh yeah, he also Mox also said he's pro wrestling. Let me see, I can't see. Yep, and then we had the main event, which was silly. It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff going on. I wrote down as much as I could. Uh, I put Phoenix and Will Ospreay did crazy counter wrestling 45 seconds into the match. Uh, I wasn't ready for all the foolishness. It was foolishness for 45 seconds. I wasn't here for it. Uh, the commentator, they also put over Will's matches against Okada. He'll talk about him being wrestling, I think it was like 18 matches in like the last 30 days. Um, Don Callis was also on commentary. He's talking about Will Ospreay idolizing Kenny Omega and imitating him. Um, I want Pac versus Will Ospreay for all the titles. That would be money. Um, they were flying. Pac's always landing on his feet when he's jumping all over the place. Penta hit a nasty crucifix on Fletcher from Aussie Open, and he just looked nasty. But it'd be like that sometimes. He did also hopped off one of them. I think it was Fletcher, and then he did like a Canadian destroyer on the other one. That was crazy stuff. Um, they traded super kicks to each other, so the Lucha Brothers ducked something that Aussie Open was doing, and they super kicked them. And then they was about to do something, and they didn't really super kick them, but they kicked them, so it was kind of like a super kick. Um, what else happened? Let's see. Oh, I think Pac had like Osprey in like some type of position, and then Phoenix just decided to walk the rope, stand there, kick Will Osprey in the face, walk the ropes again, and then jump off and land on Aussie Open. That was nuts. Kip Sabian also returned. He came back. Um, looking really swaggy. He's swagged out. Uh, Big Pac out. He was wearing the mask thing that he has. He pulled it up. It wasn't him, it was somebody else. Pac attacked, got attacked from behind by Kip. Somehow the ref never saw it because he was dealing with Aussie Open somehow for like 5 minutes, whatever. Um, they took out Penta. They landed an assisted Aussie cutter for the win. It was good stuff. It was great stuff, actually. Uh, yeah, lots of fun. And then after that, Kenny and the Bucks come out and they jaw jack each other. Kenny Omega's trying to get in there. He's like, "Oh, let me at him, let me at him." And then Will Ospreay was just being a troll, and it's great. Troll Will Ospreay is fantastic. We love those. And yeah, that was good stuff. And that was the show to end the match. Don Callis was trying to uh, save him for like not doing that, but it's like, hey, save it for the pay per view or next week, whatever. So let me at him, let me at him. It was good stuff. Yeah, that was AEW. That was good stuff. The most notable thing is Mark Squire, CM Punk. Okay, I'm over it. I'm done. Sorry. That's it. No more. But that was it. That was AEW. That was NXT. What did you guys think? Do you like me doing this at you know this time? Late, 4 o'clock. Both of them. Do Raw one time, and then I do NXT and SmackDown, or NXT and whatever I did, just the AW, that's what they call it. And then I do SmackDown either Saturday or Monday, maybe. And then Friday I'll do like a food video. Maybe. That's it for today. What do you guys think of both shows? I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.